I'm Irish and I am a leprechaun.
Then come on in, let's get this on. What's up, party people, and welcome to Champ Champ Chronicles, Tales from the Pit, Episode 1. Rage Against the Machine, opening up for House of Pain, March 25th, 1993 at the WUST Radio Music Hall in Washington, D.C. Let's go. The craziest, most intense, physical, ass-kicking show in Champ Champ history. If you've never been in a mosh pit at a Rage Against the Machine show, you've never really been in a mosh pit. I've been in many mosh pits in my 31 years of champing, and none of them have come close to the energy and intensity of this show. And I've literally been chasing that dragon ever since. You know, there's been some Lollapaloozas that have come close, but that's still back in the day. The only recent ones that really have come close is Pennywise recently and Bad Religion, man. Those mosh pits are still legit to this day. But at the time, I had never even heard of Rage. This is March 25th, 93. I had never even heard of Rage Against the Machine before. I was a huge House of Pain fan, and I was so fired up to see them. But spoiler alert, I watched the House of Pain fans. I'm Maximo Koopa. I watched their whole set on my ass and from the balcony upstairs at the WUST Radio Music Hall in D.C. Because I was so worked and exhausted from the Rage Against the Machine pit. And don't get me wrong, I loved it. At the time, I never felt so alive. And like I said, I keep looking back to that show as the most intense, just ass kicking show, just most energetic show of my lifetime. So obviously it was one of the best shows of my life. But I was not a champ. I ended the show on my ass, and I'm very ashamed of that. But back to the show. Let me set the stage for you. March 25th, 1993. This is at a time where, obviously before internet, before smartphones. So their album had barely just been released 4 months prior, November of 92. What's crazy is Rage Against the Machine had barely played their first public appearance back in October 23rd of 91. And this is on campus of Cal State Northridge. Literally, if you go on YouTube, you can look it up. It's so crazy. It's they play a whole almost hour set, and it's just to college kids walking to and from classes, and obviously when they first started, so there's a couple people around, and then the crowd gets bigger for sure. But imagine being at that show, man, the first Rage Against the Machine show ever. And what's crazy is most of their songs they sounded great. I mean, some of them were still in development. You can hear bits and pieces of some songs they actually combined together. But this was just 17 months after that. And in 1 year prior, March of 92, they played at a little record shop, Ned's, I believe in Long Beach, California. And what's crazy is in that video, they're actually handing out, not handing out, but they're selling 12-song demo cassettes. Pain is who I was there to see. Jump Around was just released the previous year in May of 92, and it really got big in July of 92. But Jump Around, man, that was the song. It's such an iconic song, even to this day. My last concert I went to, my most recent concert I went to was Shaggy headlining Reggae on the Way, and even he played Jump Around because it's such a song that just pumps up the crowd, once you hear those bagpipes, it's game over. Game over. So yeah, I mean, Fine Malt Lyrics, that was the number one album, especially in the group of friends that I hung out with, in the surf, snow, skate crowd. It was the biggest album ever. And Fine Malt Lyrics was such a big album that we even drank 40s on the way to see House of Pain in the back of the in the back of a truck cab that, the person driving wasn't drinking 40s, but everybody else was. But I remember getting there so excited, getting to the venue, WUST Radio Hall. We parked like under some parking structure. I remember a bridge, but I don't think there's a bridge there. It's probably just some parking garage, I don't. But I was so excited. They were handing out cassette singles of Bomb Track and Bullet in the Head. And like I said, I'd never heard of them before. So I remember thinking, I hope these guys don't play too long. I hope they're good. Like who's Rage Against the Machine? WUST Radio Music Hall. Today it's the current 930 club, and the capacity is 1,200 with the bar, standing room, and a balcony. It seemed way smaller back then because the floor is like L-shaped. Like I don't even remember Rage having a banner. I distinctly remember House of Pain's a big black Celtic cross, so they were already promoting the next album, same as it ever was. Unfortunately, I wasn't on the rail because my friends are bad influences. Always coming to the party late. But I was able to get into prime mosh pit position, in the center pit, probably 8 deep from the rail. I couldn't acquire a Setlist, but luckily Concert Archives, I'm posting the Setlist right now. Concert Archives printed one from March 20th, 93, so just 5 days prior in Miami, Florida. And it looks pretty legit. As you can see in the Miami set list, People of the Sun opened up with People of the Sun Miami, and that's off their second album, Evil Empire, and that was released in '96. Crazy, huh? Word on the streets is they already had a 12-song demo before they were signed, which included Bulls on Parade and People of the Sun, which are Evil Empire's biggest hits. If you watch their show at Ned's in March of '92, you'll hear them selling cassettes for $5, the demo CDs, and there's 12 song cassette demos for $5. Man, that would be gold today. Saying all that, I don't believe they played People of the Sun in D.C. I distinctly remember them playing Take the Power Back and Township Rebellion. I remember the band. I distinctly remember them playing Take the Power Back and Township Rebellion because the part in Township Rebellion where it's like, I remember riding the wave, the pit wave. And they thought they could, and they thought they take with the high rounds. Let's feel the numbers. I remember the band being so intense, especially Jack, just swaying and grunting in between songs, just building up his rage until he would have just exploded at the next song. He was obviously pretty political, and this was at a time during the first in the middle of the first Desert Storm, the first Gulf War. That's why I'm pretty sure they opened up with Take the Power Back. You're up, my rope to swing on. Can't learn a thing from it. No more lies. But that's why I think they opened up. That's why I think they opened up Take the Power Back, because he mentioned Bush often, especially when he's like screaming, "No more lies, no more lies, blood for oil, blood for oil, believe in the lies, bullshit, that's bullshit, bullshit." Blood for oil, roar, blood bullshit, blood for oil. Fuck that. Funny, man. I remember his political rants between songs. It seemed even longer than the songs itself, you know. But luckily that happened because, you know, obviously we needed the breathers. You know, after the show I couldn't even move. You know, I was just on my ass in the balcony the whole time. But yeah, I mean, just imagine that set. There's only like 8 or 9 songs, but those 8 or 9 songs can do damage when it's a Rage Against the Machine in their frickin' prime. And wow, what a show! And wow, what a show! And here's how it ended. Standing in line, believing the lies, bowing down to the flag. You got a bullet in your fucking head. I believe it. You got a bullet in your head. Know your enemy. The D, the E, the FBI, the A, the N, the C, the E, mind of a revolutionary. What? The land of the free? Whoever told you that is your enemy? Now something must be done about vengeance, revenge, and a God. Bullshit! You know, Bush was president at the time, and he mentioned Bush a lot. Bullshit! Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Silence. Silence. Something about silence makes me sick, because silence can be violent set up like a slit or wrist. And then closing with freedom, forget about it. Anger is a gift. Bring that shit in. Freedom. Yeah. Freedom. Yeah, right. Freedom. Yeah. Freedom. You. Who the fuck was that guy? I'm the real Champ Champ. I thought this was gonna be a House of Pain review. Where the fuck is this Champ Champ? Concert Champ Champ. My fist is bigger than your head. Where the Concert Champ Champ? Who's this Concert Champ Champ? You can come and get some of this. I'm the real Champ Champ. My fist is bigger than your head. Where is this Concert Champ Champ? Chill, leprechaun. You don't want none of this. I'm the Cali Roots 4-day rail champion. 13 straight hours of dancing, no breaks. Connor, he gassed out in round 5 against Mayweather. You can't hang with this Concert Champ Champ cardio. I'm the real Champ Champ. But Connor is right about one thing. I do apologize to the House of Pain fans because right after the Rage Against the Machine set, I was so exhausted and beat up. Like I was literally, I remember limping. Right after Rage Against the Machine set, I was so exhausted, just in shock. You know, the most, like I said, the most intense physical ass-kicking show that I've ever experienced. And this is when I was 17 years old. I was almost in the physical peak of my life, you know, other than being 21 after Marine Corps boot camp. But when I was 17, I was a black belt, you know, I was coming off of 4 years of high school football. We had just finished my senior season, man. I was in great shape. You saw my picture. I got the neck of Henry Rollins in his prime, you know. But after Rage Against the Machine, I basically went up to the balcony. You know, I remember walking up the stairs and just finding my friends in the corner of the balcony. Like I didn't even sit on a seat. I literally sat on the ground, and all I remember is sitting on the ground for all of House of Pain's set. I don't even remember them playing Jump Around, you know. And if they did, I was still on my ass. I guarantee it. So I do blame a little bit. Now looking back, you know, that 40, I was kind of a lightweight, so drinking that 40s and Mickey's probably affected me, but that's no excuse. You know, it was all Rage Against the Machine's pit that just wore me out. And props to Rage Against the Machine, you know, that they are the greatest mosh pit I've ever been to, and I'm still chasing that dragon. It sucks that Rage Against the Machine canceled those shows. You know, I was so excited to go to that show, but you know, the first cancellation was due to COVID. And then the second time when he was going to play, he broke his freaking leg, you know, and he was able to play a few shows, but, you know, you see Zack, man. If he doesn't have the physical, like, stage, you know, he loves to just work the stage, man. He's a pit general, just working the stage. So I definitely see that he wouldn't enjoy his shows as much as sitting on his ass, you know, like I did for House of Pain. I gave everything. I remember limping up the stairs of the balcony of the WUST Radio Hall. And I don't remember any seats, you know, I just remember going straight to the corner, finding my friends, and sitting my ass down on the ground. And for House of Pain's complete set, I was just on my ass. I feel so ashamed to say it, especially since I was a huge House of Pain fan. Like, I was going there to see House of Pain. You know, I never even heard Rage Against the Machine before that show. But so thankful to have experienced it because it is so iconic. And such a time to see Rage Against the Machine because, you know, Rage Against the Machine, they didn't even blow up till probably like 4 months later when they actually started playing the Lollapaloozas in '93. After Lollapalooza '93, during Lollapalooza '93 is when Rage Against the Machine blew up, and that's when everybody knew about him, the summer of '93. But I saw him, you know, in March. But yeah, man. So sorry to House of Pain. The next review I'm gonna do for number 2, I'm leaning towards Cali Roots just because it is, you know, the greatest festival there is other than Closer to the Sun, and I'm definitely gonna review Closer to the Sun also. This will be my 3rd this year, so I've been to 2. Epic. So many stories for Closer to the Sun, but I'm looking forward to it. You know, thank you so much. I know these couple reviews have been a little rough, but I'm gonna get better. Please. Oh, actually, one more thing from Connor. But before Connor comes on, you know, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. But here's Connor. And one more thing, like and subscribe. My fist is bigger than your head. The end.